Welcome to Undisputed, live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft, here with Skip Bayless.
Well, here we go.
Good morning.
Hi, Jenny. How are you?
You haven't got over being shut out on Sunday
I have not yet. I'm going to take it out on my team today.
Oh.
I'm going to re-motivate my team today.
I mean,
right now.
At first, it was Tennessee. You hadn't gotten over that
Yeah.
one. And then you had a worse loss on Sunday, and you haven't gotten over that one.
If my robot coach can't motivate my team, I'm about to.
Oh.
I'm going to relight the fire.
Jenny, how are you doing today?
Yeah,
you look nice
yeah,
with
yeah.
the turtle. Hey, look at Jenny.
Yeah, look at you.
Holidays.
What do you do? Audition and be a State Farm agent? You can be in the Aaron Rodgers commercial like that,
Oh,
right?
I see
Look
you.
at that.
Away.
I see
Yeah,
you
you
on
can be
one this morning.
Gabriel.
You on one this morning, huh?
Yeah.
He's ready to go. Should I get
How
to
are
it? Okay, on today's show, an NFL great not named Shannon is taking shots at Tom Brady. Do you guys hear about this? And then there's Skip's Cowboys. Did they get exposed
I don't
on
like
Sunday?
that word, exposed.
Exposed?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about it. But we are going to start with the Saints. Drew Brees did not throw a touchdown pass.
Uh-oh.
And the Saints did not score a touchdown until the fourth quarter. But they still got the win, 12-9 against the Panthers last night. The defense was all over Cam Newton, intercepting him in the red zone and sacking him 4 times. New Orleans now has the best record in the league at 12-2, ahead of the 11-3 Chiefs, Chargers, and Rams. So, Shannon, are the Saints the best team in the NFL?
Absolutely not. Right now, I have the
Really?
Chargers as the best team.
You do? Wow.
To do what they did, they went on the road and beat Pittsburgh after falling behind by 16 points. They went to Kansas City, beat them after falling behind by 14 points.
Like
I think
3 times by 14.
Yes,
But go ahead.
I believe Phillip Rivers is playing as good a quarterback position of anybody in the NFL. And that's saying something. And we're going to talk about this a little later. Right now, he's number 2 on my MVP ballot. But I like what I've been able to see from the Chargers. I had them going to the Super Bowl. I still do. Now, they're going to get Melvin Gordon back. I don't know if he comes back this week or the last week of the season. And when they bring him back, now we know Phillip can throw the football, those big receivers with Keenan Allen, the 2 Williams boy, Antonio Gates. I just read yesterday they're thinking about activating Hunter Henry towards ACL in training camp,
Yep.
OTAs. So they'll get him back. But they can run the football. And now, since Joey Bosa has come back, now they can really, really pressure the quarterback. Derwin James has been unbelievable. He's going to be in the running for defensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year.
Sure.
So right now, I have the Chargers as the best team in the NFL, given what we've seen over the last 3 to 4 weeks. We see the Rams go down. We saw the Saints go down 3 weeks ago. And since then, Skip, they haven't played well. You look at the numbers. Drew Brees over his last 3 games, 177 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. They scored 10 points against the Cowboys, 12 points last night. And even though they got to, I think, 25 against Tampa, those points came...
28, I think it's 28-14, wasn't it? Go ahead.
So
Yep.
those points came late. They don't look like the same high-flying,
Yep.
high-powered offense
do not.
that we've seen over the first, 11, 12 weeks of the season. And I think what has happened, Skip, is that teams have said, you know what? You really only have Michael Thomas at the wide receiver position to throw
I think they said that last night.
So let's see.
You can't have him.
Kirkwood, if you
Yeah.
want to make some plays, guys, other guys, I'm going to take away Michael Thomas.
Yep.
We're not going to let you do Michael Thomas do to the Rams. We're not going to let that happen to us on our watch.
Yep.
So basically, when you look at it in the receiving game, Skip, basically it's Michael Thomas and Kamara. All the other guys, they can catch the ball, but they don't really pose the threat and the dynamic playmaking ability of those 2 guys. And but give those guys defensively, they played well last night. But this is an offensive football team. And at some point in time in the playoffs, you're going to need, the way your bread is buttered, you're going to need to have that show up come playoff time. And if the Saints think they can win a game in the playoffs scoring 10, 12 points, that's not going to happen. That's not who they are. That's not what they are. So right now, Skip, I believe the Chargers are the best team in the NFL.
And you picked the...
Chargers.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Is that how that works?
Is true.
Very interesting. So my big picture takeaway on the question that Jenny has posed is that this year I see no dominant team in the National Football League. The NFL has no Golden State Warriors that I can see to this point, right?
No.
This year is so weirdly great, so provocatively watchable, that right now, and you can laugh, feel free to laugh at this, I do not rule out Dak Prescott's team or Lamar Jackson's team from getting on a hot roll and making it to the Super Bowl on either side of the tournament. I do not rule those two teams out because I'm not sold on any of these quote-unquote best teams. I'm not sold on your best team. Even though you picked the Chargers, I'm going to remind you, on November 18th, which is not that long ago, they lost at home to Case Keenum, 23-22. Remember that game?
Yep.
You like that? Says Kirk Cousins. I don't like that. And then you realize they trailed 23-7 at Pittsburgh at halftime, and they pulled off a miraculous comeback, which was more blaming Pittsburgh than crediting the Chargers to me, but it was still great. I give you that. Then they went home and they almost lost to Jeff Driscoll and the Cincinnati Bengals. It was really tight late, and they finally pulled it out 26-21. And then, as you brought up, they're down at Kansas City 14-0 and 21-7 and 28-14, and they pull off another miraculous comeback. And I give you Phillip Rivers, and I give you the defense, and I give you all those pieces, but I'm not seeing dominating. I'm not seeing invincible. I'm not seeing completely unbeatable because they're living on their 8th, 9th life right now. They're just pulling out these games. Like, I'm not seeing overwhelmingly great right now.
Have you seen the Cowboys? They have 6 losses.
Okay.
The Ravens,
talk about
6
them.
losses.
I got that, but I can show you moments where I said, wow, look at that. Like the fourth quarter and overtime against the Eagles. That was just dominating on the part of Dallas.
And then what
I can
about
I can go back to Jacksonville. They beat Jacksonville 40-7 when Jacksonville had the #1 defense in pro football. I keep warning you about my Cowboys. One of these Sundays, they're going to put it all together, and you're going to have to eat a whole Christmas feast of crow over there.
Did they not put it together Sunday?
No, they did not.
Did you see them against
Tennessee? They got won 5 in a row.
Did you see them against
We'll
Washington?
talk about them later.
Okay.
Let's get back to the New Orleans Saints. I picked the Saints, and you shocked me by you picking the Saints before the year started to win the NFC. So your picks are actually, it's a rarity.
Better than yours.
It's like an aberration.
Better than
it's a
yours.
shock.
Better than yours.
I don't know. Are you really counting out Tom Brady? Because I'm not writing him completely off. I don't love their chances, but that guy is one guy I keep telling you I don't bet against.
Well, I'm betting the ranch.
Okay, well, we may have to bet some ranch full of Diet Dew on that before this thing is over. But again, we both picked New Orleans, but do I feel nearly as convicted about it as I did before the year started? I just do not, because you made all the case. Since Dallas did that 13-10 number on Drew Brees, by the way, Dallas did win that game on a big Thursday night stage. I don't know how they did it, but they did. But since then, this team lost its mojo and its way. Now, it had to play 3 straight